I think I first said this to myself 10 years ago or more. If I could give one gift to the world, it would be for everyone to see themselves through everyone else's eyes,
Sure.
because warped sense of self is just the cause of so many problems. Low self-esteem, I think, is very common. Unduly high self-esteem is also another
Right.
problem. We call it narcissism
Right.
or other things of, I think in some cases, psychotic disorders are like where you have a lot of delusions of reference. It's just like their sense of self is like super inflated, where you think
Right.
that these people on this park bench are out to get you.
Right.
Um,
Why do they care?
and it's just that
Right.
the inability to reality test, because you can't see yourself clearly. But what she reflected to me was that I see people. And I think that a lot of what I've been moving towards with my photography is I just worked with a model for the first time last week, 2 weeks ago. And, she's a trained model. She's a really talented woman. But I was like, man, this is what I'm born to do, because what I produced was exactly what was in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
do have this benefit. I've looked at enough images now, and I have a feeling. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
notice and that's when I know that the moment is right. But to help people be seen, I think especially for me, I'm gravitating towards helping women be seen as an embodiment of the divine feminine, and not in a sexualized way, just as just being,
Mm-hmm.
and there is that sense of like wanting to be able to see and to be seen, that we have like this desire, and it is hard. Like, we need good mirrors. That's what I've been saying, is like, I don't know how to see myself clearly. Like, I haven't figured that out. And I do guided meditations and can't see anything. I'll go in a room and I'm seeing everything, and then I look in a mirror and there's nothing in it. It's a very strange
Mm-hmm.
phenomenon. I'm sure there's a deep Jungian explanation for it. I just haven't discovered that yet. But my kind of my substitute for now is just to have a lot of great mirrors, and some people, I think developmentally, they're surrounded by people that are like funhouse mirrors. What they're reflecting back to them is very warped, or society will do that as well.
Yes.
And so then you're
That's a
just
great
like,
way
you
of
have a
saying
very
it.
false sense of self, and you don't know. That's called toxic shame, or whatever you want to say. And so, one of the things I've learned is that, like, my success in life, and the success is not how I want to think of it, my happiness and my well-being has directly correlated with me finding a bunch of better mirrors, just choosing better people who can honestly reflect back to me, and also have the capacity.
Yeah, you become the 5 people that you spend the
It's
most time
so
with. Is the
true.
modern
It really
way.
is so true.
It is
Yeah.
true, and yeah, I love that funhouse mirror, because I think what's happening, and I joke around with patients every day and say, as a father and a son myself, I have compassion flowing in both directions.
Mhm.
People, you ask if we did therapy and training, and I did 90 minutes a week in that context for 6 years
As a patient, as a subject.
as a trainee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was in
You were receiving the therapy,
Receiving
not giving.
therapy.
Yeah.
That's
90 minutes a week for 6 years.
90 minutes a week for 6 years. A lot of therapy.
Yeah.
And it's also a lot of therapy in that context, where you're with other very sophisticated, psychologically minded people who are, they're interested in this.
Yeah.
And you,
What a fascinating population to work with too.
yeah,
Psychiatric residents.
yeah, it was it was a very cool experience. I drive by there to this day, and on the way over to the office on Dorothy, and I still to this day have a little heart
Really?
tug when I
Yeah.
go by, because it was such a brilliantly, a positive
Yeah.
experience. Yeah. And so I think that compassion flowing both directions as a father and a son, I think lots of things can be therapeutic eyes,
Mhm.
because we all learn about ourselves through our child eyes, which has
Right.
inherent shortcomings, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So if you aren't in that practice, then you're subject to the funhouse mirror. And then when you become a parent, you use your funhouse mirror. Again, not with
Right.
malice, but you use it because it's the mirror that you have.
Right.
It's how you see things.
Mhm.
And all of one of the truths of fatherhood is that all the things that are both like, oh, look at that, he does that just like me, and oh my God, he does it just like me, both happen,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so depending on your own internal ability to navigate that,
Mhm.
right, your response can be very different.
Right.
And if it's something that's off-putting to you about yourself, that's an especially volatile, moment in that child's development, right?
Mhm.
And so you see the thing that you dislike most in yourself in that child, and you respond to it with aggression or hostility, or trying to control it or whatever. And of course, inevitably that has the opposite of the intended outcome.